Supreme Court in its landmark verdict has upheld the constitutional validity of abrogation of Article 370. It has also said that the elections in Jammu and Kashmir must be held by September 2024. It has gone on to say that the statehood of Jammu and Kashmir must be restored at the earliest, and the Supreme Court also upholds carving out of Ladakh as a separate union territory. So big thumbs up to the union government's decision of abrogation of Article 370. The Supreme Court clearly saying that the state of Jammu and Kashmir does not retain any element of sovereignty. It does not have internal sovereignty, and hence abrogation of Article 370 was the right decision, and that the petitioners did not challenge presidential proclamation. Let me go straight to Srinagar, where my colleague Nazir is joining me live. So Nazir, a verdict which will have far-reaching ramifications, but certainly it's a big thumbs up for the union government.
Exactly, a big victory for the union government, and Supreme Court has upheld both the decisions in a sense. One, 370, very clearly Supreme Court said it has closed the chapter of Article 370, and it has said it was temporary, it was transitional, it was never meant to be permanent. So the presidential order of scrapping it is valid, and the challenge to that scrapping of 370 by the petitioners has been not accepted. So Justice gave all the details how about J&K never had an element of sovereignty, and about the Article 370, how it was framed and why it was temporary, and now its abrogation. There was no need for a Constituent Assembly, and the President and the Union government were well within their rights to abrogate it. So clearly upholding center's decision of scrapping Article 370. Article 370 is gone, truly gone, and its chapter has been closed by the Supreme Court. In fact, yesterday, very interestingly, a former judge from Kashmir, Justice Bilal Nazki, had written a social media post wherein he has said that everybody knew it was dead, but some people wanted a death certificate, and I think they will get it. So clearly, Supreme Court today.
Okay, just hold on to your thoughts. Ghulam Nabi Azad is speaking. Let's listen in.
अदारे हैं जो इसका फैसला कर सकता है, एक पार्लियामेंट, मरकजी सरकार और दूसरा सुप्रीम कोर्ट। जाहिर है मरकजी सरकार करती नहीं, उन्होंने तो आर्टिकल 370 को ख़त्म किया, कानून बनाकर नया। अब ये आखिरी हमारी उम्मीद थी कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट इसमें सुनाई करे और इसका फैसला सुनाए। 3 महीने 4 महीने इस पर बहस हुई पार्लियामेंट के अंदर, और मुख्तलिफ वकला ने अलग अलग पार्टीज़ को और रियासत जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को रिप्रेजेंट किया, और उसके बाद जो आज यूनानिमस फैसला आया, उससे मेरे ख्याल में जम्मू कश्मीर के सभी लोग, चाहे वो कश्मीर के हों या जम्मू सूबा के, वो खुश नहीं है। मैं आज भी समझता हूँ कि ये हमारी रीजन के लिए एक हिस्टोरिकल चीज़ थी। हमारे जज्बात जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों से इससे जुड़े थे, चाहे वो 370 हो या 35A हो, जिस 35A को महाराजा हरि सिंह ने 1925, 1927 और 1928 में बनाया था कि बाहर वाला न नौकरी कर सकता, न बाहर वाला ज़मीन खरीद सकता। और जब हमारा आईन बना तो 35A की शक्ल में उस महाराजे को फैसले को आगे बढ़ाया था। तो आज वो भी ख़त्म हो गया, दोनों चीज़ें ख़त्म। इससे हमारी स्टेट की इकानमी को बहुत नुकसान होगा, ज़मीनें महंगी हो जाएंगी, पूरे हिंदुस्तान के लोग जम्मू और श्रीनगर आएंगे। हमारी महदूद, हमारे यहाँ कोई बड़ी इंडस्ट्रियाँ नहीं है कि जिसमें हज़ारों या लाखों लोग काम करें। हमारी सबसे बड़ी इंडस्ट्री है टूरिज़्म, और वो लिमिटेड लोगों के लिए है। हमारी सबसे बड़ी इंडस्ट्री जम्मू कश्मीर की है नौकरी, सरकारी नौकरी। और उसमें भी अब और बहुत कम नौकरियां होती, जाहिर स्टेट बहुत छोटी है, अब उसमें पूरे मुल्क के 130 करोड़ जो आबादी हमारे में वो अप्लाई कर सकते हैं हर महकमे के लिए। तो हमारे जो नौजवान बच्चे हैं या बच्चियां हैं पढ़ी लिखी, वो और बेकारी हमारी बढ़ेगी, कई गुना और ज़्यादा बढ़े। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें जब रखी गई थी आर्टिकल 370 में, 35A में, 35A में, इन तमाम चीज़ों को नज़र में रखा गया था कि एक बॉर्डर स्टेट है, एक तरफ से चाइना है, दूसरी तरफ से पाकिस्तान है, और कोई यहाँ ज़रिया आमदनी नहीं है, कोई खदानें नहीं है, बड़े कोयले की खदानें या दूसरी खदानें। तो ये चीज़ें आर्टिकल 370, 35A रखना चाहिए ताकि इनको तमाम लाज़मात मिले। आज उन लाज़मात, अब उन लाज़मात से हम
कोर्ट जाएंगे, हम कह सकते हैं आज के बाद जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों का।
So the Supreme Court has also directed that the statehood of in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir be restored at the earliest. I can see Sunil Prabhu also joining me from outside the Supreme Court, and Nazir is live with us from Srinagar. Sunil, so the Supreme Court clearly upholding the validity of the scrapping of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, and has gone on to say that it cannot sit in judgment over it because the power of Parliament under Article 356(1) is to exercise powers on behalf of the State Assembly, is not restricted to law-making powers alone. Sunil.
That's right. And if you see the opening point of the Chief Justice of India in his judgment copy, which is basically a majority judgment, saying that the petitioners did not challenge 356, and they refer to the 9-judge bench, and they have to go by that yardstick. But having said that, they made it very clear that the presidential proclamation done and revoking 370 is valid. They have held, in fact, on the question of statehood for the state of Jammu and Kashmir, that it should be restored as soon as possible. They haven't given a time frame, but they have given a time frame for conducting elections by the 30th of September. As you are well aware, there haven't been elections for the last 5 years in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The Election Commission has been saying that they are getting the electoral rolls ready. They have now given a very clear directive to the Election Commission to hold elections by the 30th of September. So we could expect simultaneous elections for the state of the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly, as well as when Lok Sabha elections take place during that time. They've also held very categorically that the Union Territory status of Ladakh is accepted. And as you've been seeing and hearing, they have only found on one point a technical flaw about how they went about it, saying that Article 367 should have been was ultra virus, but that's basically a technical point because when you have held that the president has the powers, that the integration process was one and the same, that you have held, for example, that in Jammu and Kashmir, the Constituent Assembly it wasn't, even though it was dissolved, it wasn't something that cannot be done by the president, and it's in that backdrop that they have upheld on various counts the entire decision of abrogation of Article 370, the formation of 2 union territories with a proviso asking for the state of Jammu and Kashmir to become a state, and taking the point that what had been stated both in Parliament at that time by no less than the Home Minister during the debate, which I was present at that time, very categorically said that Jammu and Kashmir will be restored to a state soon. That same assurance was given by the Solicitor General during these hearings at the Constitutional Bench, and now the Supreme Court saying that should happen as soon as possible. But as I said, very categorically, no date, no time, no space for that, but definitely for conducting elections so that a popularly elected government is provided in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. They have put a date and time of 30th September 2024.